A lot of big news this morning, and here is your quick market update. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, and boy, have the tables turned. If you guys did not see the news, NASDAQ market went from slightly red. I think it was down about 0.5% at the lows, right? And we talked about this yesterday during our Sunday Stock Talk that yes, markets were originally selling off due to the fear of a government shutdown. For those that do not understand the news, why is the government at risk of getting shut down? Shutdown threat looms as Senate Democrats pledge to block funding after Minneapolis shooting. And that is supposed to get voted on this Friday, January 30th. So again, a major event that will or possibly can inject more volatility into the market. So the government shutdown is one thing. With that being said, markets originally sold off. But just like we saw last time, that was the initial reaction last time during a government shutdown. But we talked about it. That was the initial reaction. By the time that the markets closed the following day, the markets actually closed in the green, which shows literally right at the open during today's live trading session with my LPP team, the buying pressure really kicked in. There has not been a break of pattern, and it's still showing signs of higher highs and higher lows. Market sentiment as of right now is in favor of the bulls. Now, does this mean that it's a good time to buy the market? You can decide based off of your criteria. In my opinion, heck no, right? Like looking at the 1 hour time frame for QQQ, again, I'm just pointing out the obvious. Very easy to see overbought and oversold levels. If we look at where we're at right now based off previous highs, it's not that the market can't push up higher. Of course, the markets can always rally higher, but it's okay, well, what's the trade-off? The reward versus the risk. Okay, so from 627, it could possibly go to 630. Cool, $3 per share on QQQ. What's the risk? From 627 back down to 607, $20 loss. So $20 loss for a $2 to $3 potential gain. To me, it's not worth it. But it also doesn't make sense to aggressively short the market because direction is still in favor for the bulls. So two things can be right. Markets are overbought, but markets are so bullish that it really doesn't make sense to short too early because they can sustain themselves at these elevated levels. The thing that I also want to make sure that we highlight is everyone's talking about gold and silver, but one of the best performers in the past week has been natural gas. Natural gas prices have surged over 20% on the day and up 107% in the past 5 trading days. One of the most incredible commodity markets we have ever seen. We have gold rallying. We have silver rallying. We now have natural gas rallying, but also, I wanted to point it out, copper is also picking up as well. Now, my question, and I'm always playing devil's advocate, so please do not get triggered or upset because I present the bear case. My question is, well, how long can markets sustain these irrational and aggressive levels? That's a genuine question, right? We have silver pushing to all-time highs. We have gold pushing to all-time highs. Same thing with copper and same thing with natural gas. Well, not natural gas. Natural gas was incredibly oversold. If you looked at it, it kind of had a different setup. It's been bearish for quite some time, but it was recently that it went from lows to current highs. But again, a very parabolic move. Copper, a little bit of a different story. It's been bullish, but now it's incredibly overbought. The same thing when it comes down to silver and gold. The reason I present this is just so you are aware of, hey, we do have an amazing rally presenting itself, and it makes sense on why you're trading it. Direction is in your favor. Momentum is in your favor. But understand there is a difference between a trade and a good deal investment. Silver and gold and copper are most likely no longer good deals, right? They're overvalued. They're overpriced. But when they're relevant and direction and momentum are in their favor, they can continue to push up for a short period of time. But all it takes is a quick little correction, and then all of them begin to aggressively crash, as we've seen it in the past before. Look at the history of silver. Look at the history of copper. It speaks for itself. On top of that, the thing that I wanted to share is, of course, this week, we have 20% of big tech reporting earnings. We have Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla on Wednesday after the market closes, and we have Apple after the market closes on Thursday. I just want to make you aware because, again, this is a major week for a bunch of news with the government shutdown vote on Friday, big tech reporting earnings on Wednesday and Thursday. And also for those that did not know, we have the Fed rate decision, which I do plan to live stream for free on my channel. And there's a 98% probability that the Federal Reserve is going to pause interest rates, which is not what Trump wants and which is not what the market wants. So in 2 days, in 2 hours, again, on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, Jerome Powell and the FOMC will announce the rate decision, and then 30 minutes after, they will host a press conference. That is what I plan to live stream for free on our channel, and all you literally need to do is drop a thumbs up and subscribe. Again, great volatility is presenting itself right now in the market. This shouldn't scare you. This should just make you aware that we have a lot of opportunity, but it comes most likely at a greater form of risk. So if you're experienced, just make sure you're not leveraged. If you're a beginner, then maybe it's best to stay cash or to be lightly trading any position right now because of how quick direction can turn against you. You'll see there'll be oftentimes that markets are incredibly bullish, and then on a dime, we see a quick change of direction. There's no new news that was announced. It's just, again, profit taking begins, and you have to be quick to adapt. The reason I share this is not to scare you. Again, at the end of the day, you should buy and you should sell whatever you see value in. I just don't want you to put yourself in a position where you hope for something to happen, it turns against you, and then now you don't know how to get out. Again, don't put yourself in positions that you simply cannot tolerate. Again, very excited to follow up, and also big news for those that did not see Coreweave with a huge push up. I think at one point in today's live session, it was up over 20%. It's still up about 9%, but a possible overbought reversal is forming. And if profit taking begins and we see a break of support at 100, we can gap back down to 93. And for those that did not see the news, supposedly NVIDIA announced a $2 billion investment into Coreweave. And that is what led to this catalyst-based event. So if you're bullish on the news and you think it's only going to run higher, then feel free to go long. But if you think it was an overreaction and markets are bound to correct, then again, this is where we really challenge ourselves. We set alerts and we wait for confirmation to short. So very excited to follow up. Again, I trade live every morning. You get to see all of my good trades and all of my bad trades within my LPP live trading session. And if you want to tune in starting tomorrow, it's the second link in the description down below. That is the only service that I offer, and it's the only team that I work with. And yes, it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.